Record.
Almost.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone.
Hi,
We
everyone.
got a special guest today. We got Lucas, who's
Hello.
travelled all the way from England.
Yes. Yes, by magic in a room of the office you haven't seen before.
Yes.
Totally.
no one's been there yet.
He's in another
Oh,
room.
God. This is the cupboard Stan lets me have.
Yeah, you're not allowed any more room. Like,
I don't have a cupboard.
okay, so to open, I got a couple of tweets. They might be old, but hopefully some of them are funny. So the first one is, remember, if your flight gets cancelled, most airports have a secret fleet of backup planes with lots of seats, but they're only available if you're mean to all the low-level employees. Which personally I thought was quite funny because I think everyone at some point when you've been at an airport and your flight's delayed, people turn into assholes.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
just makes no sense. Like, but the worst one I've personally seen was all flights were grounded from Las Vegas airport, and because of a thunderstorm, and someone just kept going up to the counter and being like, "When can we fly?" And in the end, the guy behind the counter was just like, "Look, mate, I'm not God. I don't know when the lightning will end. Like, what do you want me to do?" So yeah, any of you seen any people being annoying at airports or at all?
I've seen people in bad moods, but I've never seen someone have an outrage,
Oh, okay.
Lucky me. I don't fly that often, though.
True. You don't like flying, do you?
I fucking
to
hate
be-
flying.
To be honest, I haven't actually gotten on a flight in probably about 15 odd years since I was a kid because I'm boring as fuck and I don't go anywhere.
Do you feel like
So-
you've missed out?
Not really.
No. Fair enough.
I haven't missed getting to the airport like 4 hours early to sit there and do fuck all for 3.5 of those hours before booking in.
Mate, I play on the wild side. I get there an hour before the flight.
That's risky, that is.
And then
proper
I
risky.
fucking...
That is risky.
I book it through security and stuff.
Oh,
See, the next time we do this, Ebbs is going to put like a dildo or something in your bag, and that's going to be a really awkward conversation to have at the last second.
That's fine. I like if Eb slipped the dildo into the bag and like security saw it, I'd be like, yeah, that's for me.
you take the
I would
hit.
just take it and get through as fast as possible.
Fair enough.
Do you mind? I can respect that.
All right, so the next one is also flight related. Do you want to try and read out, Stan?
I can sure. The one right at the top, yeah?
Yeah.
The dude next to me on the plane just absolutely raw dogged this entire flight. He got on a 10-hour flight to Europe in jeans, no headphones, no book, no neck pillow, literally just a paper cup of coffee without a lid. Sir, are you okay?
So the bit I thought was the most interesting about that was when I first read Raw Dogged, I was thinking of something completely different. I was like, what do they mean?
I'm not going to lie. It's like, hang on, did someone join the Mile High Club and didn't use
Yeah,
protection?
I was like,
Animal.
How do you raw dog a plane?
Mate.
Like, what are they on about?
That's a psychopath.
Yeah.
If you can sit
Yeah.
there for 10 hours in pure silence, it's like, I'm scared of you. That's fucked.
I'm not gonna lie. The reason I chuckled is because I assumed I got confused with the raw dog, and I assumed he wasn't wearing any clothes, and the only thing he
Oh,
had
right.
was a coffee cup protected his unmentionables. See, that's why I laughed.
You might need to try and have your mic a bit higher.
A little higher.
Yeah, if not, I
Has he
can.
got the broken stand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Sorry, chat. Stan's mic stand is broken. That's why it's a little lower and he might be a little quieter.
Bear with me.
I mean, we were already talking about raw dogging things. We don't need to talk about the mic
try,
stand.
we'll try there. We'll try there. See if it works.
Okay, right. Kai, do you want to try and read this one?
Sure. No, you guys, my dad was watching a video on his laptop in the living room when I walked up behind him and said, "Who's this fucking nerd?" And to my horror, the nerd on the screen laughed. It was a Zoom meeting. The nerd is one of our company's investors.
That's savage.
That's
isn't
bad.
it?
That is fucking cringe.
You've got to really hope that
Someone
that
got a sense
person's
of
got a good
humour.
sense of humor. Yeah. If they don't, like, that's so embarrassing.
Oh,
You would just die, wouldn't you?
Like, all right, guess. All right, sorry, Dad. I'm disowned. I will leave the house right now.
Lucas, do you have the thing open?
Yeah, I do.
Can you see the one which was done by Ethan Winters?
Yes, I can read it.
All right, I got it then.
I think the white people don't like spicy food thing mostly applies to upper to middle class whites, because every redneck I know buys hot sauces with the names of asshole prolapse at shit liquefy every time they go to Ace Hardware. I mean, true, but I can't fucking deal with spicy food, and I'm a bitch about it.
Yeah, I'm a
But-
wimp.
I know some people that, like, one of the guys I work with will eat Carolina Reapers just on their own, and his face does not change. I've checked if he's alright and if he's still human.
God damn.
That's
but,
gotta
yeah.
be like psychopath tendencies, Sarah, isn't it?
He is psychopathically nice at times, though. That's the worrying thing. Like, I've not seen him angry, and I've worked with him for years.
Can you? That's like, oh, this guy's really sus because he's really nice, but it's like and he eats Caroline Reapers without moving his face. Like,
Yeah,
that
like,
is
someone else
definitely,
like we dicked around at work one night, and one of our friends we work with is colorblind, and he was being a dick, so he was eating chili, so we put a bit of Carolina Reaper in his food. He lost his ever loving shit. This guy goes, "Oh, Reapers," and we all just look at him like, "There's something wrong with you."
yeah. You were pretty good though, Stan. As in,
With
I
the
watched you
chocolate?
eat that chocolate, or was that just not that spicy?
I really don't know. Like, it did sting for like a little bit, but it wasn't as bad. I think I hyped it up to be worse in my head. I think like raw spice is fine, but for instance, when we did the hot sauces with the chicken,
Yeah.
I didn't like the taste of the hot sauce.
Yeah, some of them were like battery acid, weren't they?
Yeah, so the taste really put me off. If it wasn't for the
Yeah.
taste, I think maybe I would have gone for higher.
Yeah.
They proper fucked me up for a bit as well.
Yeah.
They are pretty grim. Right, and then the last one we got, so me, brutally murdered and found dumped on the side of a highway. 2 30-year-old 5 women with a podcast. Okay, murder muffins. We really got an oopy goopy soupy story for you today. Squarespace ad incoming. Like, it is quite funny how
That is so like it's so true. You know,
Yeah.
like the true crime channels.
yeah. So that's
There-
right.
there
They
was,
messed
like-
up, didn't they?
A father brutally murdered his child and then dumped him on the side of the road, and then like this is such a silly little sausage of a story, my friends. And it's like from last week or something, and the father's still grieving, and like, but before we get into the story, Manscaped.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've seen these, it's like, oh yeah, brutally murdered. Now for our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Uh-oh.
Wait, I can't hear Lucas.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Oh,
Oh, hello.
Say it
Okay,
again.
he's back now.
Don't know what he said.
Oh, I was going to say, I watch a lot of horror podcasts and creepypastas and all that stuff, and the amount of times I've seen talking about the most horrendous shit, and it goes, here's our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Did you know it is Raid's 900th anniversary and you can get 400 silver for clicking this link? Like, I've come here to listen to murders, not a shit mobile game.
speaking of someone getting brutally murdered, Raid Shadow Legends.
I think we spoke about it before. Like, I don't know what the time frame is, but I feel there needs to be a decent amount of time after the murder until you talk about it.
Yeah,
But-
do you heard about the one woman where she like got the autopsy report of a child that was murdered?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
she
the
used
one.
to-
That was the one we went
that
on-
one,
that
didn't
we
we?
went on
Yeah.
the podcast with that one.
It was
yeah.
like she used the like Freedom of Information Act or something.
Yeah.
To get it.
And then she sold it on her Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit messed up.
That is
And like
messed up.
the parents are still grieving, like, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, talk about a murder from the 80s or something. Fucking hell.
You know, give it a bit of time. Don't just fucking jump in. Well, it was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
One
So then
second.
embarrassing stories time, is it, Glenn?
Yeah, so I basically found a bunch of like embarrassing stories. So obviously
Are these from like sent in or
no, so these are all just like from various places online.
okay?
Okay. So basically we'll go through some of these and then I guess if any of you guys remember some embarrassing stories you want to share, we can do those at the end as well.
You mean us?
Yeah, us.
Oh.
You don't have obviously only share
No,
something you're comfortable
I'll
with.
think about it.
But if you've got embarrassing stories, that would be good. But
I may do.
do you want to read the first one, Stan?
Uh,
Is it too small?
could you zoom in a little
Yeah,
bit more,
okay.
please? My eyesight is bad. I need new glasses.
I can't see without my glasses.
Stan, do you know what your glasses prescription is?
'Cause I was gonna say,
Uh,
I can
no.
see that fine. Like,
Okay.
right, there we go. Is that better?
I thought
Yeah.
my eyesight was pretty bad.
Obviously not.
Because, all right, you know, it's slowly getting worse, but it's like, you know, it's slightly changed in 10 years. So I'm going strong. But then Nia told me her prescription,
Yeah.
which was like 7, wasn't it?
So it was something massive.
It was something like she was like, I'm legally blind technically, and then I was like, oh shit, I don't feel bad about my like 0.7.
The next time you're playing a game, you're gonna have to get it to say, "Can you speak up? I can't hear. I'm legally blind."
Yeah, I said 7 both eyes. That's
Whoa.
wild.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't even know the scale. That means
Well-
nothing to me.
Well,
'cause-
you know, people say 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
That's what you want your eyesight's supposed to be. So
Ah,
when
okay.
you start going the numbers the other way, then that's the further like away that it can be from it. I forget you can go lower, you can go higher. You can go higher.
I don't know. Like
Dunno.
I forget how it works.
in terms of my prescription, it's like it doesn't use that scale.
Oh, fair.
But that's what I assumed it was like. I might be wrong. It's fine if not. All I know is that to begin with, mine were very slightly off. And they said, oh, you're just on the edge of needing glasses. And then I was very stubborn at school. I was like, I don't want glasses. And then because seating plans, I couldn't see the board that well. So my grades slipped. But I was persistent. I didn't
Why
get,
didn't you say something?
I went like this.
Hang on.
And I could
you
see.
let your grades fall
'Cause I was-
because you couldn't see the lesson.
I was too
Because you
embarrassed.
didn't want to have
Stan,
glasses.
I
come
was too
on.
embarrassed to ask them.
Stan,
to move. Yeah.
when I was younger, like I thought glasses were cool and I wanted glasses. So I was like, I was like, Mom, I can't see the board. So I was like, I'll get an eye test, see if I can get some glasses. I needed glasses.
Happy
As it
accident.
turned
That's
out,
just a
boys.
happy accident.
Yeah. As it turned out, I couldn't see.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's been like 2 years, so I should probably get some new glasses.
Fair.
But all right. Well,
Stan, I order glasses like all the fucking time.
yeah, I just get lazy.
Fair.
I'm lucky. I don't need them yet. I'm told in probably 5 to 10 years I will need to have glasses. At the moment, my eyes are still one of the few things that work on me fine.
Fair.
For the moment.
Nia, being -7, like your glasses must make your eyes look really big. Surely. Right?
I imagine we'll get to find out.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will get to find out.
Yeah.
Soon. They do, yeah. Nice. Just wanted to know, man.
Right. Do you want me to read the title or just read the story?
I can read the title.
Okay. Well, this is shitting myself in a pub during a first date.
That's unlucky.
Not me.
Oh.
I've not had one of those.
This is when
Yet.
Stan DM me.
I've never shit myself.
You
Yet.
said that before, yeah.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet.
Ah.
There's always time.
I'll put a pin
There were
in
there were
this.
times I was getting close, Lucas. I've had stomach problems, right? Literally last week, just randomly got hit with diarrhea. And
Oh.
you know,
Oh
I
no,
thought-
no, the
I was
case
really
the green apple splatters.
I was really worried that it was gonna sneak out or something. But I hadn't shit since then.
Wait, this like,
How-
in a week?
It's been 7 days.
That
Oh, you backed up, boy.
Yeah.
You're good.
Kai,
You need
Kai,
to have a
Kai,
good old
Kai.
clear out.
When you finally go, you worry about Ebbs breaking toilets. You're going to drop a tier 1 toilet cracker.
No, the only thing that's gonna
it's
break
gonna
is
hit-
my
it's
arsehole, mate.
oh, it's
Well,
gonna hurt.
that's going to hurt. Then all you're going to hear from your bathroom is just all right. As
we
the,
can't
as the
hear
bowl
that.
shatters.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Just in my camera.
That's good.
I
That's a
haven't got
good
a
mic,
charger to
Lucas.
break.
Yeah.
Oh, got to wave the X. Does the
Ooh.
job.
Very nice.
Doesn't cost £300. This is the main reason I didn't get. I bought it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Sorry, Stan.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Hearing a shit story, it's cool. So this is shitting myself in a pub during a first date. Poison taco for lunch. The effect of which hit that evening during the date. Bit of gurgling, then it happened.
Sphincter.
Sphincter.
Arsehole.
I've never seen that word laid out.
Oh, okay, okay.
My bad. Sphincter just let go, and I raised immediately. Realized
Raised?
immediately. Mate, I can't
Well,
read. You-
I'm pretty sure he raised immediately
I
when his pants
realized
just went
immediately
a little bit.
what I was sitting in, but decided for whatever reason that a manual check of the trousers was a good idea. Hand and arm clad in cricket jumper, came back above table level with ample evidence of the disaster.
That's grim.
Then there was screams, insults, and the fastest clearing of a pub yard you'd ever seen. I
God.
walked home, shaking each leg every couple of steps to clear the dripping.
Oh, do you know what that reminds me of?
Oh,
So, back when Tom was still around, we were walking home from Ponty because it was a Sunday and it was an hour wait for the bus. So we're walking home, we're halfway home, and he's like, "Oh, listen to this." He farts, and he goes,
Oh no!
He goes, "Huh." He's like, "That felt wet." He sticks his hand down there, brings it up. He's got shit over his hand, and he was like,
oh.
I shit myself." So then you had to walk all the way home still, and he was like, "Oh, dude," he's like, "the squelching between my arse cheeks right now." I had to clean himself up in my house. He even showed me his boxers; they were brown.
Well, as if you didn't already have proof.
Yeah,
That you saw it on
he
his hand.
had to make sure he showed me as well.
Oh, have a look at this. Look, these were white originally.
Yeah, Lucas, they were white underwear as well.
Oh, no. That's a risk at the best of times.
Yeah. Funny though.
Oh, all right. I guess no more comments on that, right? On that one.
Nah.
And what else can you do?
Okay, right. So I'll go for this one. So this one is called New Camera Phone. So it was 2010, and I was at a dad's place, and a few of us were there.
A dad's place? Friend's place.
Friend's place. I don't know where I got dad from.
Man, we should have separated ourselves a little
I
bit.
know.
We're both bad at reading.
We need Kai for the middle who can actually read. A guy I didn't know it all well was bragging about his new amazing camera phone. This was back in the days where basically every upgrade was a huge jump in camera performance. So he was scrolling through images. He had taken pics in a supermarket of a really colorful aisle to show us the contrast. And there was this figure in the bottom corner. Looked like a random had noticed him taking pictures and tried to duck out of the shot while pulling a really weird face. I said, "Pity about the fat bloke in the corner. Couldn't get out a shot in time." He replied with, "That's my missus."
That's rough.
There's no recovering from that.
And then they broke up.
Yeah. Missus is like universal, right?
I think that's more British, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone doesn't know what missus is. It's basically your girlfriend or your wife, or I'm sure it's probably quite universal anyway.
Maybe.
But
I feel like it is, but like if no one, like, if we've always heard it, then we don't know.
He's a fucking missus, isn't it, bat?
yeah,
I
Posh?
was thought it was like an English thing.
posh English. It's missus is definitely not posh.
Yeah, no, I've heard
It's
that come
not
out some
posh.
fucking some chavvy mouths like.
I think
don't know.
originally it would have been posh, but then it's just kind of, oh yeah, the missus, ball and chain, trouble and strife.
Yeah. Joy. Right, we got someone who can actually read now.
Let's go.
Right, so
Watch me flubber. I was on an airplane years ago with my girlfriend and her parents. My girlfriend couldn't get a seat next to me and sat directly behind me. During the flight, I thought I'd surprise her and reached my hand back onto her knee. Slowly, I kept extending it up her thigh until I heard giggling. Looked behind through the seats and saw that my hand was on the leg of the guy next to her. He saw my face and said, "I just wanted to see how far you'd go." Of course, my girlfriend was in on it and started laughing along with the rest of the row. Was so embarrassed.
See, I wouldn't have been. It's a little bit of embarrassment, but the fact that the girlfriend and the random bloke sat next to her, has such a good sense of humor about it. The bloke was like, "I want to see if he goes for, he goes up and goes, hang on a minute, you don't have a dick."
So is my missus had a dick, like.
Like, how have I missed this?
yeah, it's definitely good that the girlfriend was just like, "This is too funny.
Go on,
Carry on.
go
Let's
on. Yeah, Maury goes.
let's see how
Yeah,
this
Maury goes.
plays
Go on.
out."
That's so awkward though, isn't it? Still.
Yeah.
Even if he was on his girlfriend's leg, like everyone in the row has to watch you feeling up your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's still a
You fucking weirdo.
weird thing to do.
Dirty bastards.
Yeah, because it's so like it's not even like next to each other. The fact that it's from
Just
behind,
stuck his
Yeah.
arm round.
you know what I mean?
like-
You kids, it's so obvious what's going on.
It's a very awkward arm movement.
Yeah.
But it's a funny story.
It is funny, but only because they were good sports about it, right?
Oh yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Otherwise, it
Otherwise-
could be really awkward.
could turn
See,
real bad real
it-
fast.
at minimum, it's mortifying. To the worst, it's an assault charge.
That's what I mean. It could genuinely be assault, like. Oh. Okay. Lucas, do you want to do the one which is how is he?
Yeah, sure. A family friend. He's a school principal when he goes to a wine festival. On his way home, slightly drunk, on the train, runs into parents of a boy he used to teach. They get to talking this and that, and when my family friends ask how the boy is, parents just look shocked and say, he passed away last year. You were at the funeral. You spoke. He apologized profusely, but I think that's the most awkward story I've ever heard. I'm like,
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's not even like funny awkward, is it?
Imagine
no,
speaking at a funeral and forgetting that the child died. What the fuck?
Because you only said he was slightly drunk as well. It's not even like he can use the alcohol as
if he's
an
absolutely
excuse, right?
twatted.
That's just I'd die inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he probably died inside as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, if it'd been me and asked the question, I would have gone, he's still dead. You were at the funeral. But
Yeah.
it's
He's
yeah,
close
no,
enough to the family to speak at the funeral as well.
Yeah, so that's like a double get fucked. Like, oh, you
Yeah.
forgot the child was dead, but you also you spoke nicely at the funeral. I assume nicely.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Oh, okay, right.
Got old and senile.
Stan, you want to do presentation? It's
Oh.
just the bullet point.
It's not the
It's not the bit.
not the
But,
second bit. All
No.
right. I got redemption here. I think probably
okay,
maybe.
you can redeem yourself.
Okay.
Go on, Stan. Go on, Stan.
Presentation. Speech class chick gets up from her presentation and freezes up. For 3 minutes straight, teacher did not stop the clock, did not excuse her, did nothing but watch her sit there and sweat. We all looked at each other and back at her for 3 minutes straight.
What the fuck?
Bit of a dick move from the teacher.
Yeah.
That-
Teacher's a bit of a-
That teacher should not be allowed to teach children.
Yeah, it's bad.
That is a sociopath. That's just
Yeah,
like,
that-
you know what? I see
think-
that kid is really upset.
Yeah.
Stand there.
I mean, unless oh no, it does say they freeze up, right? The only reason I could see, and it's still bad, is if it was like they're older and the person just didn't prepare at all, like hadn't done the work. So then the teacher is like, oh well, this is your lesson, teaching you a lesson for like not working. Even still, then it's pretty harsh.
That's still trauma.
But if someone freezes up, like it should be on the teacher to like coach them, oh, it's okay, like help them along a bit, like, like, because 3 minutes of silence in like a classroom of, I don't know, like 30 people.
It
would
might as well
feel
be
like
3
forever.
hours.
Yeah, that would feel like forever.
I actually have something that I think is slightly traumatic because it has been playing in my mind for the better part of 15 years, over and over.
Let's hear it, Stan.
So I mean, it's a very small thing, but I don't know if you've ever done it. Do you ever have like when you were younger, you'd have like music classes and whatnot?
It's
Yeah. This was like very very simple one. They got in a guy to come like do something. I don't know what it was, but we were basically all sat in a circle, and they wanted everyone to like I don't know, like hit an instrument or like in a certain way, like a rhythm or like say a sound or whatever, and then everyone else would repeat it. And it got to me, and I didn't know what to do, so I just said I don't know what to do. And then everyone just repeated the like I don't know what to do to me, and that has been playing in my mind for years. Because like everyone sort of just looked at me to begin with, and then the guy who came in started it, and then everyone followed suit, and that has been playing on my mind for years. And I'm like,
That's such a good moment, though, Stan.
I hated it. I was embarrassed.
It's embarrassing, but you just the whole class of kids just going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Mate, the guy next to you fucking saved your bacon.
Yeah, basically.
Well, turned it into a funny
It
moment.
was the
Yeah.
adult that had came in to teach the class to do the thing. I felt mocked.
What a legend.
No, he
he
probably trying to
saved
spin it
your
more
ass
so
then.
you're not embarrassed.
I don't know. It's just been playing on my mind for years.
I think
No,
it's-
that's a good teacher there.
Yeah.
That was him trying to
they
like
basically
"Oh, everyone
realize,
start doing this.
yeah, they realized that you kind of messed it,
Yeah.
and they've just rolled with it and made it into something.
I just,
But
mate,
I-
it embarrassed me.
I think I might have told this one before, but a kind of similar thing. Music again. We had a supply teacher. This would have been like year 4. So what are you, like, I don't know, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
And they played like quite a song with like lots of beats and stuff. And like the whole class is like dancing, right? And the supply teacher just watched everyone. But I was always really shy. So me and 3 other people just sat there and didn't move. Then when they stopped the music, she got the 4 of us to the front of the class and was like, "Oh, I was told by your teacher I need to look at who's not dancing, and then like they need to dance." And we were stood up in front of the class, and we weren't allowed to sit down until we danced. And I was the last one. The other 3 slowly, and I was like, I don't want to do it. And it was proper got really awkward of like, no.
That's awful.
The lesson isn't moving on until you dance. And then I
Well,
think I just like
guessing
shake side to side for like 2 seconds and sat down, and like, yeah, it's just ingrained into my skull from like 9-10 years old. It was horrid. So I guess that was, looking back at it, that's quite an evil teacher, to be fair.
There's some bad teachers out there.
Yeah. So yeah. All right, I'll move on to the next one. So I asked my cousin, who I hadn't seen in 2 decades, how long he and his girlfriend had been together. He informed me that it was his daughter. That's yeah.
Are we missing context? Were they in Alabama, perhaps?
There is no context. There's no further context. So
No, he didn't get it wrong. It's his girlfriend. It just happens to be his daughter as well.
there isn't really context of ages or anything either. I mean, they hadn't seen each other for 20 years, so they got to be quite old.
I
right?
mean, either the daughter looks old as tits or he looks young as tits. You know what I mean?
one or the other. That one is
Awkward.
quite awkward.
Yikes.
Okay, and then the last one. Kaif's gonna read this one.
I was rehired at a job after 6 years, and most people still there remembered me and was happy to see me back. Friday rolls around and someone goes, "Dave, come by the break room." I wander in and there's this cake at the end of the table and everyone's standing there. So I say, "You guys," and I blow out the candle, not noticing it says, "Happy birthday, Julie."
That's awful because it involves loads of people. It's not like an embarrassing moment that you can run away from. Like,
Yeah.
And all your work colleagues who you've just got back with know about that.
That is... Oh.
You can imagine the silence, can't
Yeah,
you? Because initially everyone would be silent, and then someone's going to be like, that wasn't for you.
You'll remember that one forever.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's nice being back. I'm going to see myself out.
Yeah.
Later.
You just go out, print out your P45, hand it in, and go get a new job.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? I'm just going to go somewhere and just not be here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that would have made work awkward for quite a while.
Yeah.
Definitely. Especially if it's someone, there's like a lot of people, I say most people are quite chill about their birthdays, right? But there's some people who are like, it's my birthday, like it's my day, everything's got to be like great and it's got to work. If it's someone like that, and then they find out that like you've blown the candles out on the cake first, they'd probably be proper aggy.
Some people do lose their shit about things like that.
Yeah, which is silly, but it does happen.
It's my day.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. Do any of you guys have embarrassing stories that you're happy to share? Obviously.
I'm not sure. Like, not off the top of my head, no. I'm sure something will wake me up from my sleep one day. And I'll be like, yeah.
I probably have a couple along the veins of things we've spoken about already.
I imagine you've got a poop story.
I do have a poop story. It's not that dramatic. I was probably about 20 odd years ago now. I'm old. Sue me. Walking to the dentist, time for a routine checkup. Thought, walking along, halfway through town. Thought, I need a fart. Well, it turns out I shouldn't have trusted it. Unfortunately, this fart had lumps in it. I thought, I'm in the middle of town. I can't do anything. I walked past the dentist, the nearest public toilets in my town. Quickly whipped my jeans off. Luckily, my pants had withheld the calamity that had happened. I wrapped them in toilet paper, slung them behind the toilet, cleaned myself up, and went to my dentist appointment.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
grim.
save.
Oh.
The only one I can think of off the top of my head that I'm happy to share was when I was younger and I had to give fasting, bloods, but fasted. So, you go there without eating anything. And basically, I had the bloods taken. I come out of the nurse's room and I just fainted and just flat out face first just hit the deck on the floor.
I've done that as well, Glenn.
Yeah, but it was in front of like just all the old people who were like waiting for their checkups and that. And then the nurse helped me up, put me on the bed, give me a biscuit. I ate the biscuit. I was shocked at how quickly I felt better. But then she asked me for my phone, and I was like, "What do you need my phone for?" And she was like, "Oh, so I can take a picture of you to show your mates later how much a loser you are."
Oh,
And I was like, "Jeez, I've just fainted from having needles in me. Like,
Oh,
I get abused by the nurse." But it was quite funny.
that's rough.
that's savage.
Yeah.
Say I have being diabetic. I have done quite a lot of blood tests all the time. It's happened to me 2-3 times that I've passed out. The first time, thought first time on blood test, never really a problem. Needles don't really bother me. Jabbed my arm, took a ton of blood out. I thought, okay, that's cool, nothing. I got up, walked to the door, and my legs just went. And
mate.
It's
I'm
scary when it happens.
Yeah, and there's literally, I was probably out for about a second or so. But unfortunately, I fell against the door, which opened inwards. And the nurse was 5'2", and I'm 6'1", and very heavy. So she's panicking. It's like, no, I'm all right. Kind of half rolled my fat ass over so they could open the door and let some air in.
I've never passed out, so if I ever did pass out, it'd probably scare the fuck out of me.
It is scary.
rough. Because we actually spoke about passing out and being knocked out last stream.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which also kind of ties into a little bit of an embarrassing one, but I was going to say it's not, we said it last stream, but no, passing out and being knocked out are similar yet so different. It's weird, at least for me, because
You've been knocked out.
I've been knocked out.
You told us before, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I also told this stream last week about it. But the quick of it is we were in the lunch queue. Kid behind me was pushing another person, and it was hitting me in the back. And I said, "Can you stop that?" And he goes, "Make me." So me holding my money in my right hand, and I don't know what I had in my left hand. I try and kick him. Doesn't go well. So he then hits me, and there is a locker right behind me, and I hit my jaw into the locker. I swear it indented my jaw or whatever, but then it's gone.
Did you die?
No, they did have to get an ambulance there. But the whole passing out thing, everything was gone. First thing that comes back was hearing, and if chat was here last week, they'd know this bit. First thing I heard, people running in the corridor saying, "You're a wizard, Harry."
Okay.
Why?
I don't
know.
know.
That's just what you remember hearing.
That's what I remember hearing, and then they shuffled me off into another room.
But it wasn't reference to like how you got knocked out or something.
No, I think they were just saying something. It wasn't to me.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
know
okay.
why. Friggin' weird.
But I say, did that kid yell stupefied and just even the jaw?
That would be quite funny.
Apparently, I fell and he ran off. But fair enough. I wouldn't want to get caught. But he ended up doing. But no, it's weird. Passing out is slower.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I've passed out, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
So sight sort of goes, gets a bit fuzzy. Then the
Goes
hearing,
blurry.
Yeah.
Around the edges, everything goes
Yeah.
dark, and then it's
and then you're sort of gone, and then you're back.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird.
Okay, that's scary.
It is
It
scary.
is a bit, especially when it happens in the middle of the night when you're just wanting to go to the toilet. But that's besides the point.
Especially if you're standing
Yeah.
and you're like, you get like a split second of, oh, I'm falling. I need to break this fall. But then you're passed out. So like you can't. So you just hit the deck without breaking your fall with your arms.
I
or
gotta
anything.
break this one. You just go.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was, but the actual embarrassing one I was gonna bring up.
Yeah,
instead
go
of the
on.
one that was for like last week. It's very tame, but like it's another one that plays in my mind over and over and over. And I'll tell you what specifically plays once I get to the end of it. But this was school time. This was, I think, year 8, so we would have been 13, 14.
14, yeah.
Or year 9, so it was around that time. But one of my teachers said, "Hey, we're doing a thing for students from younger years after school. Would you like to come and help out with that?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, why not?" Because I like this teacher. The lessons were nice. I thought I would try and help him out. So my mum drives me there. There's no parking sort of outside the school, so they had to park in the school grounds area. We get there. I go in. I try and find the teacher. I have no idea where the room is that we're supposed to go to. I panic. I run out of the school. I try and find where my mum parked. I can't find her. I run down the road and I spot her. I spot the car and I run and I run and I run, waving my arms, flailing about. She sees me and I'm like, oh, thank God, and I can go. The part that plays in my head over and over and over is, what if she didn't see me? What would I do? What would I do?
So this isn't even an embarrassing moment that actually happened.
No,
You're embarrassed about what might have happened.
Well, it's pretty embarrassing that I didn't help out and just left.
True.
I don't even know what happened.
It does sound like you overacted a bit.
My teacher did not ever bring it up.
Was the lesson actually on?
Yeah, it was on. She just never told me what room it was in, and I couldn't find it, so I just ran. And bear in mind, in order for me to find, my mom driving away,
Yeah.
I only looked for like 2 minutes.
That's what I mean. It sounds like
I didn't want to be there.
It sounds like you didn't put much effort into into like wanting to go.
No, I didn't really want to do it, but
And you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
yeah, but it just plays in my mind. It's like I don't know why, because I did make it.
Yeah.
I did get to the car. Why does the possibility?
I can't imagine it
missing
would
it,
have been that traumatic if you didn't catch your mum. You would have turned around, gone back to school, and just used the phone.
No, I
Or
would
you
have
eventually-
kept walking home.
I mean, how far do you live from the school?
Oh, it was quite far. It would have been a long walk.
So, I mean, either you just walk home or you just go home and ring.
I was
So
too
you go back to
embarrassed to
the
go back
school.
into the school.
True. Also, if it was when you were like 13, 14, you probably had a phone, no?
I was actually very late to get a phone.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
I didn't see the point in it,
Fair.
but I ended up getting one.
you got-
not too long after that.
Stan, your teachers defo weren't trained well. But I mean,
That's like most of the UK.
That's probably probably
Will's
a
a
true
teacher.
fact, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I felt like Stan didn't really give it much effort. If he was that quick, he could catch his mum driving away.
Yeah, he
you
did
must in
try.
your head, right? You must have gone, oh, I think it's this classroom. Gone to the classroom and gone, oh, they're not there. Ah!
So what I pretty much did, I went upstairs to where they normally would teach my lesson.
okay.
I checked the room, weren't there. I checked the 2 rooms next to it, like just peered in, no one was there. So I ran back down the stairs and I left.
Fair.
I mean, I thought it would have been the room that, it's not my fault.
You tried.
You did try.
You
Stan,
got
did
out of the
try.
house. You got over that inertia.
I don't think he tried.
I tried a little bit.
He tried. It was a little bit, but he did try.
I did try.
I do have one story. It goes. It's not as bad as what we've just read, but it was
Okay.
pretty awkward. A few years ago, Halloween, we'd all end up going off to some random village hall party. Some girl that my friend was trying to shag. So
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, come with us." All right, I'm dressed up as a fat Darth Vader without a helmet. Don't ask. I was shit faced. We're all outside smoking, and I thought, someone says, "Why the fuck are we out in this middle of the village hall at 1 o'clock in the morning?" I looked over, go, my friend, his nickname's Manny. I go, "Oh, we're here. Why are we here, Manny?" He says, "Oh, Nay made me." Girl's called Naomi. He goes, "Oh, I bet she's gonna make you come later." Her dad was stood next to me.
Oh.
I just looked and went, I was pissed at this point. I went, "Meh," and walked off. Apparently he wanted to beat the fuck out of me, but couldn't find me for the rest of the night.
Oof.
Lucky.
That is awkward. Also, not a reason for him to beat you up, but
Oh no, he was a pissed up. He was about a foot shorter than me, so he could have tried, but again he would have bounced off me.
just to say, chat. Sorry, Stan's actually doing the cameras while being sat here, so we can't like take stories from chat that well this week.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's been some stories that we could talk about as well, which would be quite good.
Sorry.
But,
Sorry about that, chat. But also that's why my
No,
cameras are a little off in places where I've
Yeah,
accidentally
don't worry about
swapped to me or others in places
it's
where
fine.
I haven't needed to. But we're okay. We're getting there.
Right. Any
Practice.
more embarrassing stories?
No, but I still get nightmares about exams.
Oh, I spoke to Daz about that the other day. We watched like a clip, which was someone panicking in the night about exams, waking up and then realizing, oh, I'm 25.
Yeah.
But that's interesting, that is. But seeing that though, were you, because you weren't too bothered about like exams in school, right?
They still stress me out, like the anticipation for doing them and being in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't until sixth form that I stopped caring. But yeah, like I'm 31. I still sometimes have nightmares. I'm like, oh fuck, I got an exam. Oh shit, what am I
had
gonna do?
the same Kai until I went to sixth form, did college. I was fucking panicking thing. As soon as I hit like 16, 17, I was like, I don't really give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, it's like when we got into the sixth form, which is after secondary school, you can either go to college or sixth form.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. I was like my mum didn't want me to do music, and I was like, fuck it, because I originally did maths and physics because I just wanted to be my friends. And I bombed them. I got something called a U, which is what, unclassified.
Yeah.
Or a U in both. That was a great year though, because obviously I knew I was gonna fail, so I just really didn't turn up.
I did exactly the same thing my first year of sixth form. I did.
Yeah, because like your
Fuck all
family,
and plenty of it.
yeah, your family, everyone around you is like, you gotta do something that'll give you a good job, like maths and stuff. And you're like, I was like, I'm just gonna end up in Tesco, and they're not gonna care.
See, I was different. When I was younger, I didn't care, so I would just turn up to exam, not worried. But then as I got older and I decided I wanted to go to uni and that, I worried a bit more then, because I don't know, I cared, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
Of all the jobs I've worked, I've never once been asked to prove my grades.
Oh, I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to send in like...
I've lied a few times.
Oh.
And no one's ever checked.
Yeah, I lied on mine as well. I said I had more B's than I did C's.
I had to send in all my GCSE certificates, all my A-level certificates, and my university certificate.
Mate, I didn't get mine.
No?
No, they. I remember getting like my grades back, but I never got the certificates, and I was like, oh, I guess it doesn't matter.
I also believe I'm missing mine.
Yeah, I got my university certificate. Obviously, nobody asked for that, and in fairness, for the degree I did, you get into the industry by experience and nepotism. So
Yeah, true.
You
It didn't
walk into
matter.
the office, there's a nice black couch and a camera set up.
Oh,
How badly
yeah.
do you want this job?
Yeah, I guess it's different for me because I did something like, I don't know, not standard or traditional is probably the wrong word, but it's basically you get your A-levels, you go to uni, and then the job you do is like direct from the degree, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
More specialized.
Yeah, but then I did that for 5 years and then quit to make videos, which is a different way. Like.
To be honest, I think you've picked a better path there, Ben.
So yeah, that was a weird one.
Also, next time I'm up at the office, I'd like to do a react video with you.
Yeah, definitely, it'd be good. You can always do one over Discord.
Yeah,
It'd be more fun. It'd be more fun in the office, like. Right. Okay. So I got something that's a bit different. We'll try it for a little bit.
Okay.
Chat. Also, let us know what you think, because if you think it's crap, we won't do it again. It's basically
Yes,
like
I
a
was going to
little.
play the favorite game of Just a Tip.
It's basically a little quiz. Now, sorry, Lucas. There was supposed to be 5 of us here, so you're gonna have to be on your own, right? So it's
right.
basically top 3. So I'll ask a question, and then you'll take it in turns, and you got to try and name the top 3 of those things, right? So, for example, the first one is the top 3 grossing movies of all time. So, if Lucas, if you go first, and then what do you think any of those 3 are, and you just basically give one answer, and then I'll swap to Kaif and Stan.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. It's Avatar's the top. I think is it top rating or top grossing?
So this question is top grossing.
I think it's Avatar is the top. Of
Yeah,
all
so
time.
that is number 1. So this one's quite simple. So then Stan and Kaif, do you want to try and get 2 or 3?
It used to be Titanic, but I think it's Endgame now.
I think it is Endgame now. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with Endgame.
Yeah, that is number 2.
Cool.
And then Lucas, you got to try and get number 3.
Do you know what? Second verse, same as the first. Avatar, Way of Water.
It
I
is.
know that made
It
a
is that.
fuckload of
Oh,
money.
Titanic's gone, is it?
Is it
Titanic's gone.
It
Oh.
did that well.
Yeah, Avatar 2, which initially
Electric Boogaloo.
which initially got like bombed for being garbage, is now the third most grossing film of all time.
Avatar 2, just like the original Avatar, I can't remember anything from it.
It's had zero social impact again.
Chat, you can answer as well. It's a bit hard for us to see, so it's fine. Plus, they don't know if you're right anyway, so it's fine.
I enjoyed the first Avatar. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the second Avatar. Don't remember anything.
I can tell you one thing about the first Avatar. I remember the general dude playing little mini golf, like in the little station. He was playing a little bit of golf with like a coffee cup or something. That's all I can remember from the first Avatar. Oh, and they touch tips. That's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
I
going to
remember
say.
the hair sex.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the bit they do that to ride the animals, right? And
Yeah.
then later on in the film, they do it to have sex, and the whole cinema's like, hang on,
Oh.
does that mean they have sex with the animals? And everyone
Hang
is
on,
just thinking the same thing.
But it's all one thing under, was it Iowa or something like that? Everything's the same, so it's not wrong.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. And then the other bit I remember is where it cuts to like the villain of is it called unobtainium or something?
I don't know.
That's the
Not
stuff
a-
they're
not a
trying to
clue.
get, and it just sounds such a shit name.
The thing is, the fun fact that is the name they use in movies for things when they don't want to give like a full name for a mineral or material. They call it unobtainium because it's unobtainable.
Yeah, it's it's so bad, but Endgame is really good though. It's been ages since we've seen that.
enjoyed that.
I haven't really watched Marvel films since then, but
Yeah, I
You're not missing a great deal.
kind of dropped off. There was just too much. Just too many TV shows.
yeah, there
So I
was
just
too
gave
many.
up.
Okay,
Bit of
right.
hope.
So then we'll move on, same sort of category, but a little bit harder. So what is the top 3 rated movies of all time? This is based off, what's it called? IMDb, right? I know different places will have different ratings, but that's where I got it from. So I guess Stan and Kai, if you can go first this time.
Oh,
I want to
bloody
say
hell.
Shawshank Redemption.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
That is a fucking incredible film.
As far as this goes, the only reason I had a guess for grossing movies is because I remember people talking about like how close Avatar and Endgame were for so
Yeah.
long. So I literally have no idea about
No
it.
idea.
No idea.
We'll go with Shawshank.
You're
No.
going to just back Kai's answer.
Yeah, we'll go
with
Shawshank.
Okay, that is number 1.
Oh wow.
That is number 1. So
I rate it. It's an amazing film.
have you seen it, Stan?
No, I've not.
Oh, you.
I've not seen
It's a
it.
good film.
We gotta watch it with Stan one day. It's really good. Actually, I don't know what movies you like, so I don't know
have,
if you'd enjoy it.
I have no
but
idea
it's
what
really
I have
good.
no idea what it's about. No clue.
He
About a
likes
guy in a
tits.
prison.
You see, I was completely off. I did not think it was in a prison.
No,
No.
fair.
Fair enough.
All right, Lucas. So that was number 1. So you got to try and get 2 or 3.
2 or 3. I don't know if personally one of my other favorite films is The Dark Knight.
Okay.
I'm going for that.
Correct. That is the 3rd one.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
It is a
I picked
fucking-
way too easy questions for this.
I don't know. I think this is gonna stump Kai.
so number 2.
So
I
number
think is
2.
probably The Godfather.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Stan, you.
Yeah, I'll back his answer. Why not?
Fuck's sake, that's right.
Yes.
I've chosen way too easy questions.
No. I've seen the rest
All
of
right,
it.
okay.
It's
so,
downhill from here.
Okay. So I did them as like categories and then easy, harder. So right, this one goes back to an easy question. So, Lucas, what are the top 3 countries by GDP?
That's like population, right?
No, like
No, it's-
economy.
The
Oh,
economy for
economy.
the
Yeah.
country.
I read P as population. I got no idea.
I'm going to say the United States. It's going to be one there. At
So
least.
the United States is number 1. I think 2 are very obvious. 1 is a little trickier, I guess. So yeah, that's number 1. So Stan and Kaif.
Oh bloody hell!
It's gonna be tough. I think one of them's gonna be a European country, but
Okay.
one of them's definitely gonna be China, right?
Okay, what are your thoughts, Stan?
I can see him with the China. With Europe though, I'm not sure which one.
I would have always said like Germany, but I think that changed during COVID. Should we just go with China?
I think China's our safe.
Yeah, we'll
bet
go with
for right
China.
China is number 2.
now. Ooh.
Nailed it.
So Lucas, you got to go for the 3rd one.
Oh, this without the USA and China, this is really a crapshoot of all the other 100.
yeah. So
Done it.
those 2 are quite clear cut 1 and 2, but the others like do change over time. So obviously, I have an answer for a set time. Maybe a month ago, it was something different. But what are you thinking? You got any like favorites you think might work?
I still want to go as I'm pretty sure it's an Asian country, so I'm thinking either like South Korea or Japan.
Okay. What one are you leaning towards?
I'm leaning towards South Korea.
Okay, is that your answer?
Yeah.
That is wrong.
Ah.
So,
What was
Stanley
it?
Oh, we'll go Japan then.
We'll go Japan. To be
It was
honest,
Japan.
I
You
was
give him the answer, Lucas.
I was thinking Japan to begin with, and I was like, maybe I'm just coming up with this out of nowhere. And then I saw chat kept saying it. I was like, I'm not allowed to answer this question no more.
I think the Japan one is insane because the population isn't that big, and like obviously after World War II, it was pretty much like wrecked. For it to like turn around and do so well now is pretty insane. Okay, so this is the harder one of this category. So what are the top 3 countries by GDP per capita? So that means per person. So you're taking into account the
It's gonna be
population as well.
very hard.
So this one is definitely trickier, right? So Stan and Kai, if you guys go first.
Oh bloody hell!
So you're essentially trying to think of wealthy small countries. Or, I mean, just really, really wealthy, a big country which is extremely wealthy, but
Could it be like Norway and Finland?
I'm just wondering because like I imagine a lot of countries are completely skewed, right?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Maybe Japan's still in there.
Possibly one of the top 3 from before could still be. Well, I don't think the US would be.
US does have a lot of people.
It does have a lot of people.
Nobody in the USA seems like they have money.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
mate. Have you seen their medical bills?
True.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Right.
thinking Norway, Stan. I don't know why. It's probably wrong.
Okay, is that your answer?
Yeah, let's go with Norway.
Okay, that is wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Was it-
Lucas.
Was it far off?
So, I should have got the top 10. I've only got the 3.
Oh, I see.
It could be 4 for all I know. But I don't have that, sorry. But any thoughts, Lucas?
I want to say per capita, it's going to be a small, like, I'm thinking Switzerland, Luxembourg.
Yeah.
You know, the small countries with a lot of money,
Yeah.
a small population. Fuck it, let's go Luxembourg. Because I know
That
they
is-
have a lot of money.
That is correct.
Holy shit.
So that is number 1.
It's number 1.
Oh.
That is number 1.
Bloody hell.
Should we try his other
No,
answer? Should we do Switzerland?
I steal it from him.
Yeah.
Steal it from him right now.
Yeah, we'll do Switzerland.
I go
Glenn.
on Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
That is wrong.
Oh. Lucas, how could you screw us like that? It's not our answer.
It's definitely up there, though. It's definitely like a high one.
If we were right, it was our answer, but we're wrong. It's Lucas's answer.
I know how this goes.
Go on then, Lucas. You gotta...
What, keep going?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. I want to say, like, because technically Vatican City is its own country, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yes.
I think yeah, it is.
It's not a big country, and there's a lot of money in the Catholic Church. I'm gonna go with the Vatican City.
So that's not correct. But what I don't know is if they've included that. I don't know if that's like a trick
It
one or
probably.
something.
Imagine they probably do have a lot of money, but it's probably not published how much.
Yeah. It's shifted all around the world, probably for dodgy tax reasons. All right, you two have one more go in, and then I'll just let you know.
Is Qatar a country?
Yes.
A lot of stuff like going on there.
Or are you thinking the Middle East kind of oil?
Yeah.
Shall I give
Oil
you a clue?
Go on then.
You've been to one of them.
Singapore?
Yeah. I shouldn't have said yes straight away, but
Hey!
so yeah, Singapore is one of the other ones.
I've also been there for a day.
Oh yeah, so you both been there. Also, Dexterion, thank you very much for gifting 50 memberships.
Oh boy.
Thank you, dude.
That's a
And they're
friggin'
actually going out this time.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's working. Yeah, and then the other one is Ireland.
Really?
No way.
Now, but it changes a lot. So when I looked at this list, it was Ireland, but because they have a lot of companies set there for tax reasons, don't they?
Oh,
Yes, they do.
that's
like
true.
Google, for example.
Yes, they
Google,
do.
Apple, and whatnot. Okay,
that
we
does make
got.
sense why it would be Ireland.
You don't have to pay VAT if you're
Yeah.
getting paid by Google Ireland. It's ridiculous.
It's pretty insane. Okay, I got one more category, and then we'll go back to some normal stuff. So this one should be quite easy, I think. So
I think so.
Lucas, you can go first. What are the top 3 selling games consoles of all time?
Which has got to be one of them.
The what?
Switch.
Oh, Switch.
Nintendo
I thought you
Switch.
said which. Yeah, yes, that's number 2.
Wow.
Because I know how the amount of people I know have Switches, and I'm pretty sure I've seen articles about how it's
think-
one of the
Yeah,
best.
it's
I
doing
wanna
think,
see
I
the-
think I might know the other two.
Is it the PS2 or PS1?
I think the PS2,
Yeah.
and I won't say what the third one is in case.
In case Lucas steals it.
Okay, let's go
Okay,
with
lock it in
PS2.
PS2.
I'd say PS2.
Right, PS2 is number 1.
Oof.
Best selling of all time.
Let's go.
And then Lucas, you got one more.
PSP. Fuck off.
no, fuck PSP.
Mate, I
going
loved my
Nintendo.
PSP.
I had one that it was a gimmick, but I'm still going with Nintendo and saying the DS.
Yeah, that is the other one.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Nintendo have 2 of the top 3.
Okay, I was off. I was
Always,
gonna guess the
always
Wii.
bet on Japan.
No,
I think the
I think
Wii
we've
is
had this
like-
question before, and I was like, oh, yeah, the Wii sold loads, and it didn't.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't.
It sold a lot, but in
Sold.
comparison to like the most selling of all time, it
Ah.
didn't sell.
The Wii was
As well.
banging.
The Wii was good,
The
yeah.
Wii was great.
Right, okay, so the last one. So Kaifa and Stan, you go first. The top 3 selling racing game franchises of all
So
time.
the franchise.
Franchises,
as a
not
whole.
not like a set game. So
gotta be-
obviously you want ones with
It's like-
multiple
like
games,
Need for Speed.
stuff
that's
like that.
one.
Yeah.
There's Forza.
I wanted to say Gran Turismo. There's been a lot of them.
They made a movie of that.
They did. I haven't seen it though.
That might. I mean, if they've got movie money.
But the what
Movie
If
money.
they've
The
got
pro-
movie money.
He's got the movie money.
the problem is that they stopped doing Gran Turismo. I want to say it's Need for Speed.
Need for Speed was my knee jerk. So I mean, we want to go with that.
Yeah.
We want to go with
Okay,
that.
Need for Speed is number 2.
Take it.
Oh.
We take it. We take those. We take those.
So you're looking for 1 and 3, Lucas.
Back to my previous statement. Always bet in Japan. Mario Kart.
number
Mario
one,
Kart is number 1.
I didn't even think
Yeah.
of Mario Kart being
Yeah.
a racing
Yeah,
game.
Mario Kart's
Right.
number 1.
Do you want to go
Oh.
Forza or Gran Turismo?
Movie money. or Forza, which I know has made a game very recently.
There's been a lot of Forzas as well.
Sheer number. I don't know. My gut says Forza, but I don't know.
We'll go Forza then.
That is wrong.
Oh.
Lucas, you got. Do you want to go for one more chance for the last one?
Yeah, I try and think. So it was around Mario Kart. What was the other one?
Mario Kart was number 1.
Yeah.
Need for Speed was either 2 or 3. Sorry, and there's
You
one
said
more.
2.
And they've said Forza, which wasn't in there.
Yeah, no, I hate fucking racing games with a passion. I'm just trying to think of another one that could be a.
He's in deep thought.
It depends how loose you use the word driving, like a racing game, I suppose.
True. I will say all 3 of these are just like pure racing games. There's no trick ones of like, I don't know, GTA or something.
Mate, the party game that is Mario Kart threw me.
But come on, that is a pure
It
racing game,
is,
right?
but like I wouldn't when you say like racing
I
game,
know
I
what you
wouldn't have
mean,
thought.
you
It's
know
like
what
when
you
you say fighting game, I wouldn't necessarily think Smash. You know?
True.
If he gets it wrong, can I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
The only other really racing game series I know is like the Colin McRae rally games from back when I was a kid.
Oh, I used to love those.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only racing games I used to like. So I'm going to go with the Colin McRae games.
Okay. As much as I love them, they didn't make
It's
the
not.
list.
I
go
don't
on,
know any other
Tell
racing
me it's
games.
Gran Turismo.
It's Gran Turismo.
Yes.
They had movie money, and I doubted it.
You did. You doubted the movie
I
money,
doubted the
Stan.
movie money.
Okay. All right, chat. Let us know
my
what you
fault.
think of doing like a little quiz thing, because obviously if you thought it was rubbish, we won't do it again. If you thought it was okay, we can maybe try it. We'll move on to some normal stuff now. So
Am I the arsehole?
we got a couple of Reddit, am I arsehole? So I just need to scroll out a sec. So
Yeah, you
bear
can't
with
read the
me.
right of it.
Where's it gone?
We get a little table, and you don't want to use it.
Stan, is that big enough for you?
Yeah, that's big enough.
Right,
That's-
Stan's gonna read the first one for us.
Is this the whole thing, or you have
Whole
to?
thing, yeah.
Okay.
They got a page each.
Okay. If I mess up, it's because I'm bad at reading, and if you laugh, I will cry. Just want you to know that.
You can laugh, chat. It's fine.
No, you can't. I did not know she was married. When she got pregnant, she broke it off with me and ghosted me. I'm not on the birth certificate. Her husband is. I didn't even know she had a kid. Her husband did a 23andMe for the kid as a school project, and found out he wasn't related to the kid. They are getting divorced. They had a prenup, so she is screwed. She got a hold of me and says she wants child support. I told her to take me to court. I honestly don't even know if the kid is mine. She found my parents and told them lies that they choose to believe because they want a grandchild. They called me irresponsible and said they are ashamed of me. They will not listen to my side. I think I'm in the clear here.
Not the asshole. Straight away. It's 100% on her, not him.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the fact that they said prenup, which means I'm guessing it's American.
Yeah.
And
They
the
don't
fact
really
that-
mean anything in the UK, do they?
No, they don't exist here. And also, if it's American, the child is birth certificate, which means that child is legally responsible. The person who's on that birth certificate is legally responsible for that child and child support measures.
Yeah, so
So even though-
I did
Sorry.
flick through the comments in this one. Now, I honestly don't know if this is true, but there was a lot of people in the comments saying that even if they have a prenup, it doesn't stop them from child support. Like, that person will still have to pay child support,
Oh yeah,
like,
they'll
no
still
matter. So it's like,
She-
yeah,
she'll
it does
still get
seem one
child
that's a
support,
bit
he
dodgy.
won't get any of his assets, anything like that. There's nothing that's arranged
Yeah.
in the prenup. Thing
I
is,
think
the guy will still have to pay child support if it's a US court.
Yeah.
Because he's on the birth certificate, so legally that child is his, even though biologically it is not.
yeah, because like you don't need to be blood related for you to be the father of that kid. He is the father of that kid, even if the kid isn't his. He should still care. Like you should just because you found out the kid isn't his doesn't mean he should stop giving a fuck. You know, you should
Yeah.
still care for that kid.
I still think a bit the other way. Maybe not going about it as aggressive as this, though. But I mean, if you get someone pregnant and then later on in life you kind of find out that they're yours and it's all done legit and you have, I don't know, DNA tests and they are your kid, you kind of also got to suck it up as well that you have to, like, support them, right?
I suppose, but like
He
the
ghosted him.
the problem is he
completely
had
and-
sex with a cheater, right? And he basically just denied any relationship with a kid as it was growing up until that came out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess if you're denied the whole time.
Like if
It's
the
pretty
kid's
bad,
doing a
like-
school project, it's got to be like what 6 or 7 at least.
Yeah. Also, the in chat is just the main thing. Like, if you're gonna mess about like this, you gotta just wear protection, haven't you? It's like
Yeah.
and then
Sam's- 'cause
Sam's,
raw pussy
Sam
feels
has
good.
put the answer of why people don't.
Oh,
Shit, what do you mean? I always carry protection. I have my 45 on me all the time.
Sam is
So-
right though.
Yeah. oh joy.
Christ.
All right. I don't think there's much else to say about that one, is there? It seems pretty cut and dry.
I don't think he's an arsehole, but he did immediately jump to the how do I get out of this?
Yeah.
To be honest, I imagine that's probably
messy.
a panic
Maybe
panic reaction because he's like, "What the fuck? Where the fuck's all this come from?" So knee jerk, just gone.
Well, yeah,
All right.
because like
Sue me,
she,
bitch.
she ghosted him that entire time, and as soon as it became a problem for her, she came immediately back, which would
Well-
have probably been a lot.
What's he even asking? Am I the arsehole for? Am I the arsehole for having a kid? Like, like he doesn't even present that. Is he trying to say am I the arsehole for not wanting to be involved with my kid? Like what is the
Guess
question?
so.
I think it's more of the fact that when she told his parents and she told a lot of lies about it, like saying, "I've told so and so about this kid all his life," and she's made him to look out like he's a shit deadbeat. But his parents are believing her over him.
Yeah, his parents suck.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and as always, I think someone in chat said this as well. The kid's the one who like gets the shit end of the stick out of all these situations. So.
But the kid
Sorry, little Timmy, your mom's a slut.
the kid already has a father though. You just don't have to
True.
be related that he is your father.
Yeah, very true. Okay, we'll move on to the next one, which I think I volunteered to read.
Did I?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
Okay.
Just now.
I'm a 32 male and my wife is a 33 female. We've been married for 8 years and have a 12-year-old son together. About 6 years ago, my wife decided to go vegan. Oh, here we go, boys. She was sent the documentary Dominion by a vegan friend of hers, and ever since has said non-vegan food is revolting and refuses to eat it. After a long conversation, I agreed to go vegetarian and be vegan in the house around her, which she was happy with. She also decided our son should be vegan, which after seeing a dietitian, I also agreed with. Things have been fine with this arrangement until a few months ago when I began finding wrappers for non-vegan candy and even burgers from McDonald's in my son's school bag, which he'd been buying with chore money. I mean, if he wants to eat it, he wants to eat it, doesn't he? I had a conversation with my son and he confessed he felt lonely and excluded eating vegan around his friends and that they always had much better candy than he did and it wasn't fair. I decided I didn't want him spending his pocket money on snacks and throwing out the vegan snacks. We actually bought him instead of buying games, etc. It made no sense. But I also know the way my wife feels about non-vegan products, so I began buying my son what he wanted on our way to football practice instead. Long story short, my wife recently found out what's been going on and completely flipped out. She called me an animal abuse enabler and a few other names and said I was corrupting our son. Now she's not speaking to me. Our son panicked and told her I had bought the snacks for him and he didn't know they weren't vegan. I don't blame him for that. He just doesn't want to be in trouble with mom. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, not really. I know you like the legal guardian of your kid, but like, if your kid wants to eat meat, you know?
Yeah.
It's his choice.
I
He's
feel
a
like-
tiny bit of an arsehole for going behind his wife's back, but she sounds...
Yeah, but we never have the
Lovely.
context for this, right? But it sounds like he only did that because he knew how she would react. And at least the context we're given is the reaction shows that he was probably right to do that.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, all he's trying to do is, like,
Kid for
help
kid.
his son have a, decent time with his friends and that. Like, maybe like, if you want to, like, educate the kid and be like, oh, there's this option of being vegan. These are the reasons why or something. But, like, if all their friends are like not vegan and stuff and they can't like join in and whatever, I think it's a bit harsh to like force it on them, to be honest.
Yeah, when parents like force the shit on you, like clearly the wife had, come onto that recently and going deeper in the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm gonna make my kid do it, or like making your kids religious, and then being angry if the kid chooses not to be religious. Yeah,
Not the arsehole.
not the asshole.
No.
And like I said, he won't need to worry about the wife killing him. The only thing vegans can kill is a conversation.
I do feel like their relationship is probably not great,
No.
especially if you hid it from it. Like clearly they don't have open conversations.
Yeah, it's not like, it sounds, obviously, like I said, it sounds like the reason they hit it because they knew the reaction. But then knowing the reaction also goes back to the point you said about the relationship probably not being that great. If you can't talk about something like that, that is like harming your son quite a lot. It's not a good sign, is it? So, yeah, it's not ideal. All right, any thoughts, Dan? That's fine. That's
I
And
just
before you
like,
ask, and spaghetti isn't vegan.
no,
What was the consensus?
not an asshole.
Okay.
I just think it's I get wanting to like make sure your child is eating properly, growing
Yeah.
up and stuff like that, but at the same time that I think there should be a little bit of choice in it, like in places, especially if he feels it's affecting their friendships and stuff. Growing up, and children can be mean, so I get wanting to try and fit in.
Yeah. It's not ideal, like. All right. Lucas, you happy to read the one which is my girlfriend got taken out from an Indian restaurant?
It's too long for you, isn't it?
This one's a long one, yeah.
I listened to a few like Reddit stories on YouTube, and I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's even better for you to read that.
Yeah.
Wait,
My
we read this one.
Oh shit, have we?
Have you done this one before?
All right,
yeah,
okay.
we read this
All
one.
right, we'll skip this one.
All
Then.
right, skip.
Can you
We'll
read
go
the
to
next one?
Yeah, I haven't seen this one before.
Okay.
I have 3 kids. My daughter, 27, female, hasn't had the best luck in a romantic life. She's gotten cheated on many times, and her previous relationships were unhealthy. I also believe she's in a toxic relationship with a current boyfriend. My nieces and nephews, along with my other kids, are happily married. something starting their own family. It was my sister's birthday recently, and she and her husband had planned the trip for she helped with the expenses if needed, but for the most part, everyone paid for themselves. My daughter was the only one going by herself. We did things as a family. At times when we were split up to do some things were just up, so sometimes my daughter was by herself, third wheel. At the end of the trip, my daughter complained to me about how she hated going. Felt like that she was by herself, and that others should not have shown affection to their partners when she was around. It isn't the first time she's complained about something like this. She's done it after holidays and birthdays as well. I'll admit, I'm tired of my daughter complaining about this.
Lucas.
Say something.
Sorry. I didn't know if it was just us. Basically, it cuts out now and again. I don't know if it's just where you go quiet and it's the gate on your mic. It sounded really funny, though. It sounded like you were swearing all the time. And it was like bleeped out.
You might as well have just been swearing because this is a fucking long read.
I'm sorry.
Mate, me and Glenn both looked at each other, and I think we were both too shy to say anything.
No. I was just looking at chat to see if anyone in chat was going to say.
I tried to mouth to you, say something. I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to interrupt him.
All right, I'm going to summarize this because I ain't fucking reading it again.
Okay. That's good. That's all good.
Basically, man's daughter, 27, loads of toxic relationships, been cheated on. They went on a trip together for a sister's birthday. Loads of people there with the families, partners, all that. She got aggy at the end of it, saying people shouldn't be showing affection because she's there on her own, and it's not the first time she's done it. She's saying her husband's on her side. Words. But I'm worried I'll lose my daughter because he basically had a go at her about it.
Wait, so she was complaining that people were giving each other affection?
Yeah, so
she was there as the third wheel. She was on her own.
Yeah, the door's basically complaining about a third wheel. However, supposedly some of the activities planned were like couples activities to be in pairs. So they'd planned something for her, like where she can't join in. And basically the father said to the daughter, like, just because you're single and not having a good time doesn't mean the world has to stop. Like, other people are allowed to be happy around with you. So the conclusion of this one actually was everyone was an asshole.
Yeah, it's a bit weird to take your... I think it's a bit weird to take your kid on a holiday and then plan things to do as a couple with your wife.
Yeah. So it's like...
it was the sister, so it's not them that was doing it. But I think they just wanted looks like a big old family trip out. But again, everyone with their partners, I think she just felt left out.
All right. Sometimes we split up to do stuff with our partners. Sometimes our daughter was by herself or basically being a third wheel.
Yeah. So basically, the family may be, I don't know, a little unfair. We don't have the full context, but for leaving her out, right? However, she's also being a bit of an asshole for being like, well, I'm a third wheel. So they're both being a bit of a pain, I guess. They also did say, there was also some comments saying about your daughter's 27. That's still quite young. Like, I thought 27 is pretty old for being like emotionally mature, right? But
yeah, that's not really young.
Yeah.
What was the trip for? It's just a family trip.
It's just like a family trip. Yeah, you know, go have some fun with the family, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is kind of shitty planning. Like, I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't think I would invite someone somewhere for a trip and then fuck off about them.
True. Yeah.
I think everyone's the asshole here.
Like, actually, not that long ago. Was it like maybe last year or the year before? I went away with Gary, Joe, and their partners, and I was on my own because Claire couldn't make it. And like everything we did was, although I was essentially the fifth wheel, like everything we did was as a group, you know. So like I could still do all the activities, so it was fine. But like I guess if it was different where everything was like couple activities, then maybe I would have been a bit like, oh, sad times.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's fine.
I'm just gonna go sit somewhere. You guys have fun. I'll catch you later, okay?
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So we can't read one because we've already done it, so I fluffed that one.
Oops.
But so the other thing is, Stan, do you still want to talk about the Unity thing, or? So I don't have much context, so I can't really.
I don't have much to talk about with the Unity thing. But one of the big things lately, I think it's hard to Say, is
Do you want to? Sorry
Oh.
to interrupt. Do you want to read Sam's solution?
just go find some dick, easy fix?
I'll be real, right?
I mean,
Right, as a woman,
Yeah.
it's not that hard. You know what I mean?
What, to find someone
Just to find some dick for the night.
just for the one night, like.
but it sounded like she was just having tons of problems with relationships anyway. I don't think she'd want to find just some
Yeah, she's a
random
terrible
person.
judge of character, and the men are terrible.
Yes, I don't think finding just some dick's a solution.
Depends on
short
what you
term,
look
maybe.
like. I don't know. See, that's the thing, Nia. I don't know. I think a lot of men would just do anything. They'd probably just fuck a mayonnaise jar.
why a mayonnaise jar?
You know
Goopy,
why?
innit?
Goopy?
True. Right. Okay. So the last one is: does anyone have enough context on the Unity news to want to talk about it? I personally don't. So, if not, we can stop. But if someone does, we can talk about that for a bit.
If anything, Lonica, it tastes better.
The mayonnaise?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think I
Add
like
it-
Season it,
add
innit?
it- add
Yeah,
it
but
salt.
raw mayo is disgusting.
Dude, literally, right? There's a lot of men who would just see a hole in a pillow and fuck it.
True.
Man is hardware. See hole? I could put my dick in there. I'm not wrong.
It's
I'm not
true.
wrong.
It is true. Oh. Okay, sounds like we don't have enough
Yeah, I
context
know
on the
some
Unity
about
stuff.
it, but I don't know enough to
Yeah,
talk
okay,
about
we
it.
won't then.
I know a
So
little
It's
bit
just
about it.
scummy behavior, really, isn't it?
I know a little bit about
And
it.
then
Basically, they want to like charge you based on how many people download the game.
Per
Okay.
install. It's per install. So it, like
Yeah, per
people,
install.
People install it multiple times. That counts as multiple.
The
Okay.
problem was is that people were like, "How do you know if somebody's pirating or not?" And they were like, "Trust us, bro. We know if they're pirating. Trust us." And it only kicks in if you earn like 200,000 in revenue. So it shouldn't hit indie games, but it's still shit because it's a big chunk of money. Just out of nowhere, just an additional ask, and yeah, people are asking like, what if somebody keeps reinstalling the game? I think they clarified that it only counts the once, but overall, I think as you see it on Twitter and all that, everyone are like, "The fuck you doing?" Like,
yeah, I've so like I said, I don't really know context of what they've done, but I have seen loads of companies being like, once we get, because it comes in 2024, right? So
Yeah,
they're
it's
like, once
start of
January
the year.
2024, like we're gonna take our game down or whatever.
And it's retroactive as well.
Which is really scummy.
Oh, so they'll be like,
That's-
oh, you had this
yeah.
many installs, you owe us this.
By
much
the way,
money.
yeah. Also,
Oh, that's
Kai,
never gonna
to your
work, is
previous
it?
point, I've sent you a picture. I think you'll like it.
wasn't that illegal? Isn't that like illegal?
I really feel like it's illegal because I feel like when you go out set out to make a game, you weigh up the pros and cons of each engine, and if you know prior, oh, this engine will charge us, you wouldn't have made it on that engine.
yeah,
It depends if there's like text or whatever, which is like,
It feels,
this
it
can be
feels,
changed.
it feels
or whatever,
very
you know?
illegal.
because you
on
were
that.
when you started making the game, you would have agreed to the terms. So
Yeah.
if they retroactively charge you, that was never in the terms you agreed to at that point. It would only count after the change they made. But it does suck for the people who are currently developing a game.
That's what I say. They're the.
I mean,
worst
they
people,
will get
there's a
stung.
good few companies. I think it was. I think the one that I saw that was the statement was the one from the Slay the Spire people.
Yeah.
I think they mentioned about that we're changing development now to go on a new software because we ain't about this. And there's a lot of people that have come forward doing all of that. And I think one of the great ones is a bunch of mobile game developers basically went, yeah, we're gonna turn off the Unity ads until you guys change this. And if the mobile games are doing it, that's
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, when Cult of the Lamb said they were deleting their game, they were taking the piss.
Yeah.
They're not gonna delete their game.
You don't think so?
No, I said like they're a meme account. I mean, they literally they had a picture of them, the lamb making out with an angry bird. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
right.
they're a
okay,
shit
okay,
poster.
okay.
But like it's
I don't think it is Nia. They literally they tweeted out like, "Now we're taking the piss." It's like it's a shit post. They shit post all the time.
Well, it worked on Nia. Nia thought it was legit.
But
Nia, I
there
think
are-
we need to up your prescription, your glasses.
Yeah, maybe you're like -8 now.
there are a lot of companies though that have like said a lot that they're going to change engine and what they're working on and not continue development on other things. It's like I don't know if they're going to backtrack it or whatever, but it seems like a really
Mate.
bad decision.
They will
Georgie
backtrack
brought up
it.
a really good point. This is true. The CEO of Unity sold his stock before the announcement.
Oof.
So he knew he was going to go
It's
bad.
gonna drop a bit. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the other thing I saw is the CEO is the previous CEO of EA.
Oh, it explains
So
a
yeah,
lot. Then.
apparently I don't know if this is true, but I've seen this line quite a lot. Apparently, his plan was to charge people for reloading in FPS games. That was like one of his goals, where you
Yeah, it
basically
was
buy
like,
credit.
If you were out of
You're like-
ammo, you could just
Yeah.
quickly just
like
cha-ching,
riot
and
points,
then-
basically, and then
there
I
you
don't know,
go,
it's
your
like
ammo's
one riot
back.
point to reload or something. Which is
Did you-
that would insane if that was.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
I
it
got-
was a credible bomb threat at Unity?
Yeah,
And when it was investigated, the bomb threat was made by a Unity employee.
that's not ideal.
A lot of the Unity employees or former employees as well are quite disgruntled by it all. I mean, I think people came out and said like, we told them about all how bad this was going to be about the kickback, and they were said we'll give you answers. We have answers coming, and then they made the announcement anyway. And then-
Yeah, it sounds about right.
And then people, and then they left, and they said more people are thinking of leaving as well, and are gonna leave, and it's like, I mean, good on them for the I've forgotten the word, integrity, I guess, but like it's rough.
Integrity.
I imagine it's quite rough to quit a job just like that.
CEOs are fucking useless, aren't they?
Oh, I
Yeah.
You don't need them.
earn way too much for what they do.
I mean, there's been enough bad press that I imagine they'll probably change the announcement anyway.
I think Unity will take a really, really big hit from this, not just like stock wise, but the amount of people who will be deterred from developing a game on Unity. I think they're gonna start feeling that a couple of years down the line.
the distrust is there now, because if they're gonna try this sort of thing now, they may try something else in the future.
Yeah, they're gonna see a downturn in people developing games on Unity. So like, even though right now they're only taking a financial hit from the stock, they will feel it in a couple of years.
They're just going to stunt their growth massively because I know loads of other developer companies put out says I know Unreal said we're not changing. It's still
Still the
it
same.
is what
like.
it is to use. Yeah, a load of other ones saying no, we're not going to charge you anymore to use this. Fuck Unity, carry on, and it's going to move
Yeah.
people over to Unreal and all the other engines.
Yep. Shagged it.
Fluffed it did. All right, I think that's a good place to end then. So, Video Gamer, I think we missed it. If you're still there, thank you very much for gifting 50 memberships.
Love you, Video
that was
Gamer.
earlier, along with Dexterion earlier. And yeah, as always, there will be another podcast Sunday, 8 p.m. next week. So if you enjoyed this one, please come back and check in. And yeah, hopefully we'll catch you all soon. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.